Hi.
I forget how to do this.
What's your name?
I'm Mary,
Okay,
Mary
cool.
M,
Cool.
and your name is remind me?
I'm Kristen,
Oh,
actually.
hi.
What's up?
Nice to meet you.
It's been a long time.
It has
So long that we were just chatting and watching people pop up in the chat
yeah,
and
we were
not
like,
hitting the
"Oh,
button.
look." And then Kristen was like, "It's time. We could go and talk to everyone that we're like happy to see in the chat."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. So let's do it. Elon is like, I'm staying up for this, and I see he's in the chat.
Wait, Alon, hold on.
Yeah,
May I interrupt this live stream?
please.
I have been itching to say thank you for my awesome birthday present. I'm a huge Madonna fan, and I fail in the Madonna vinyl collection department here. So thank you so much. When I opened it, I was like thrilled. I think I like squealed a little bit. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Love that so much. Also, Elon, I just have to tell you, I've been using that pen every day. So I said
Yes.
thanks again. Good one.
Yes.
Oh, Mara's here. Good to see
Look
you,
who it
Mara.
is.
Mara, is Catherine near you? What's going on with Catherine? Or is she too busy like renovating the whole house again? Like,
She's that, or she's like crocheting the dog's sweaters or something.
right,
Like, yeah,
right.
yeah,
I hope she does.
yeah.
James did ask for an update. Did Kristen
Mm,
watch Super the movie? No. Did Mary watch Schitt's Creek? I'm gonna assume no because she didn't tell me.
nope.
Did Kane
Now,
join Goodreads?
I don't think so because I feel like we would have gotten a follow.
I hope so. Yeah, I would have gotten a friend
Maybe.
request maybe. I'll have to ask Kane. Marissa, hello.
Hello.
Good to see you. What's up, Dad?
Larry. Larry.
Hi, Danny. Can't wait for my Taco Bell to get here. Please tell us what you ordered.
Are you a fan of the Mexican pizza?
Man, when I was a kid, I loved the
Me
Mexican
too.
pizza.
I could house a Mexican
Loved.
pizza.
Haven't had it since, but I loved it back then.
Yeah, I wonder. I doubt that it's the same.
I can't imagine it being the same,
Mm-mm.
but I have fond memories. What's up, Chris? Good to see you.
Chris.
Jessica, great to see you. Mark, tell Reed we stole his coach. Wait, you did? I remember that guy. Reed didn't tell me that. Love you guys. We will watch tomorrow with lots of comments. Good, because you will be mentioned.
That's right, Mark.
You're very welcome, says Elon. She's at the library. Catherine at the library without Mara.
Wow.
She's here, but definitely crochet.
Oh,
Well,
I got it.
multitask. Yeah, absolutely. Does she mind making me a beanie?
I bet you she could.
Yep. Yep. And if she wants to make a baby size beanie, that'd be cute too.
I bet you something like that's in the works.
I mean, it'd be cool. I would like it. So, you know what else has been in the works?
Reading?
We haven't
Oh.
been on for so long
Oh.
that, yeah, we've read stuff.
Barely.
Because we've had plenty of time.
Mm,
I got a stack.
I definitely don't have a stack, but I know this is a safe space, so I'm not going to
Oh,
feel
yeah.
any shame.
No, not at all. Not at all. In fact, there was a very long period I was not reading. And then just suddenly, even
Yeah.
the past few days, I've been reading a lot. It's been weird.
That's awesome.
That happens. And hello, Batmanda. So glad you're back. Thank you. So glad you're
Hey,
here.
Batmanda.
Oh, pizza. You have my full attention. Oh, great Mexican pizza. Okay. I'll have to check that place out.
That's probably delicious, but Taco Bell, Mexican pizza.
Nothing compares to the trash Mexican pizza that you would get as a child, right? That chicken cantina meal with a strawberry lemonade and a crispy taco. I don't even know what that is, but it sounds nice. I'm here and I do make beatings. Catherine, I know you were talking about opening an Etsy shop. Have you done that yet?
No.
We got to plug it if so. You can be a sponsor of the show.
The possibilities.
They're endless. Love that. Well, let's do it. So, should we start with the physical books?
Okay.
Is that what you want to do? You're laughing.
I'm giggling because, yeah, you'll see why.
Do you want
And
to go all at once back and forth, or how do you?
let's go back and forth.
Yeah,
You
I
like
think that's a
that?
good idea. Yeah, I like that.
Because what'll happen is if actually the same thing will happen, but if you let me go first and then you go, your portion's gonna feel like much longer because I know you have more than me.
Well, let's go.
All right.
Yeah, let's go back and forth. You want me to start it then?
Okay.
Okay.
You're like, let me reach on the top of my
I just
pile
moved
here.
into yeah. I literally am. Isn't that funny? It's right here.
And I go like this. Oh, here we go.
Wonderland, Volume
Oh,
1.
how was that?
You didn't read it, right?
No, no.
You did send it to me.
Yes.
I wondered if you read it. You know what?
Were you like, why does Mary hate me?
No. I didn't hate it. It was weird. It is obviously like this character. Her name is Alice. It is loosely based on Alice in Wonderland. But it's really like post-apocalyptic. People are dying. Our main character here is not Alice. I forget her name because I can't remember anything right now. And that's her dog. She wakes up one morning and she's tiny. Her dog's normal size. So then she starts riding her dog everywhere.
Oh.
To try to figure out what's going on. And she realizes there's a lot of other people who were shrunk in some kind of virus or something. There's her riding the dog.
Oh, that's cute.
It's pretty brutal too. She does, this is within the first chapter, immediately finds out her parents were, really just sees them get murdered by their cat.
Oh.
So listen, here it is. I mean, it's not even that. Like, it's just, there we are, right? So the cats in this are all very violent.
Wow.
And I'm like, what's happening? I like how the cats are drawn, but that made me be like, why do they have to be the enemy? I don't love that.
Oh, yeah, no fair.
But it was still interesting, but also really weird. And then when the character of Alice shows up, she's like a cosplayer, I guess.
Okay.
But she doesn't speak a lot of English. And what she does speak is like not a known language, it seems. So I think she's an alien or something. I don't know. That's the vibe I'm getting. If you're like, what is this book? I also don't know. But it was wild. It captured my attention. It was a quick read. And, I enjoyed the ride.
Would you care to continue it? Or are you just like, I don't know. I don't know about this.
I would continue reading it if the volumes were at my library.
Okay.
It's one of those.
Like, yeah.
I don't think I'll keep this, but
I got you.
It's interesting enough where I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, we're missing so much, aren't we?
Oh, we can hop back in.
Mexican pizza.
Oh.
Okay. We gotta check out this place, apparently.
I don't think I have those around here.
I definitely don't. But
yeah.
Okay, Danny says the Mexican pizza is his favorite. Love that.
Nice.
Mars read one book this month. Roller Derby has taken over my life. Meatballs debut is quickly approaching. Love that for you, Mara. In fact, have you? You probably haven't because you're like fairly new to comics. But why can't I think of the name of it?
I know. I could see the cover.
I know, and I just moved it. I think I actually already boxed it up, and because I'm gonna keep it.
Motor.
Is it Slam?
Or Slam? Yes.
I think it's Slam. By Boom. Yeah. So there's Slam, and then there's a sequel to Slam, and they're both about roller derby. They're both queer, and so you should check those out, Mara. 2 volumes. And I also would recommend, on a lesser scale, but still a good scale, I really liked it, Roller Girl, which is for younger audiences, but it's still really well done, I think. And as someone in roller derby, maybe you can tell me if it is or not. So check those out. Let's see. Oh, I've been plowing through Abercrombie's first Law series, 5 stars, all 3 books. That's awesome.
Nice.
I've wanted to read those. Oh, my dad's complaining about YouTube stuff. Okay.
All right, let's see. What's going on with Larry here?
Anyone else have the new and awful YouTube layout? They're doing A/B testing with it. It's terrible. Second time I've had it. They moved the comments to the side of the playing video.
Do you mean if you're watching? I noticed. Well, on my TV, if I'm watching a live stream or a video, I have to click on the chat, which I never had the ability to read the chat while watching on my TV. I would just follow the chat in my phone if I wanted to do that. But when the chat comes up on the TV, it does like play like over the screen, not like off to the side. It is like part of the picture. So like if there's a graphic up or something, it does interfere with it. But you could tell it's like, I don't know what you call it, like an overlay. So you can kind of see what's behind it, but not really.
Yeah, I also I've never had the ability to put up the chat on the TV. I'm
You should
usually
check
watching
now.
I'm usually watching on TV or my iPad. And either way,
Yeah.
I'm not usually looking at the chat. So I assume
Yeah.
you're watching on your computer, Dad.
Oh, that's right. He watches. That's right.
So yeah, I was today years old when Jessica, I can't read what you're saying. Oh, okay, cool. Learned, got it.
Oh, I read learned. What did it actually say?
Something about this place expanding past Kentucky.
Wow, it's funny what your eyes do. Like I read learned. That's funny. I'm like, what are you talking about, Kristen?
You're like, it's not hard. Like, I'm having trouble.
Want me to jump in?
Is anyone in the chat reading Feral? Is this the one we were talking about, Mary?
Is it?
Is that what it's called? We were talking the other day. We were like, we're scared to read this book.
Oh, about the pound.
Well,
what's the book
we're not
about
here.
The pound? Come on.
I don't know. I can't remember. Obviously,
is it called? Someone help.
Clearly, I'm not reading Feral, Danny. What is it?
Pound. Come on. It's either Tom King or Tom Taylor who writes it.
It's Tom King. Someone's probably yelling.
Animal Pound. No?
Is that it?
I don't know.
We're scared to read that one. Okay.
Danny's like, I'm not even talking to you two. I said anybody in the chat.
Anything that coughs up fur balls is automatically in a suspicious class. That's like any animal, though. Really. Cats are the high ones. It's funny. My dad used to hate cats.
I know. I love that.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, please take me there. Well, it depends when. Right now, I can't have a lot of food, but yes, slam. I got to that late, but thanks.
Slam.
I've been reading a lot, trying to catch up on my Goodreads goal. What's your Goodreads goal, Batmanda? Also reading more of the books I own so I can get rid of some things. That's literally what I've been doing. You will see. In fact, I'll update everybody if they want to know. Will I keep this thing or not keep this thing? And within that, Mary, if you're like, give me that thing, you can have that thing.
Thank you.
So there's also Jam. I think I have Jam somewhere, but I haven't read it.
Wait. There's Slam and Jam.
Slam and Jam.
Come on.
Kane, you were just mentioned earlier. Did you join
Kane?
Goodreads?
Oh, yeah.
That was the question. Slammer Roller Girl, really good. Chris, you're on my level. I love that. I loved Roller Girl. Right? It's a good one. It's a good one. I'm going to keep it. Let's see. I liked Roller Girl from the film Boogie Nights. Oh, I bought Roller Girl with you at half price. Listen, Mara. I don't remember anything right now, but I'm glad. I've not read it. Will shuffle to the top of my list. Absolutely. I hope you enjoy it. The new YouTube layout also on PC, and I keep changing it back.
Wow.
Okay. Do I need to see it, Dad? All right. Fine. I'll look at it. Animal Pound, yeah.
Oh,
thanks, Craze. Good to see you.
Thank you.
It's not about a pound. Okay. Good. Ferals by the same people did Stray, but instead of dogs, it's about cats. That sounds like I'm gonna cry. I mean,
I know. You know I'm the same way. I can't handle
I don't.
I know we're probably missing out on some good stories, but, like, I can't handle it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's about a rabies outbreak. Same dude did Stray Dogs. Yeah, see, I don't want to read Stray Dogs.
Come on. You don't wanna read about rabies?
Well, that's feral apparently. But Stray Dogs.
No.
I don't know about that. Booster Green, what's up? How are you?
Hey, Booster.
Kane forgot to join Goodreads. I get that. You should
I
do
forgot
it,
I forgot to watch, Schitt's Creek, so I understand.
Yeah. Jessica's bringing up some Lexington places we very much liked.
Oh,
I think about those places all the time. Truly, they're so good. My goal is 100 books, and I'm at 32 right now. I'm like 7 behind, but it was worse. That's not too bad. You got this.
nice.
Yeah. Sort of like Home Alone. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Oh, not Home Alone, Homeward Bound, I mean. Okay, see, I feel like I'm going to cry.
Don't make Kristen cry.
Sorry, Mary. Did I cut you off? Did you even pull up a book?
No, I thought you were pulling up Larry's
Yeah.
screenshot.
Oh yeah. See, I can't remember anything right now,
That's
guys.
all right. We're here to remind you, and listen, I don't have what you have going on, and I forget everything too, so.
I appreciate that. I am pulling it up. Maybe if it'll load. Dad, you did me dirty with a screen shot. Okay, this looks just like regular YouTube. I'll show everybody. It looks normal to me. Maybe. Why is it not working? I don't know.
Maybe it's the new layout.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not letting me highlight it. So okay, but my reaction to that, Dad, is it looks the same to me. I'm confused. So cool.
All right, you ready for me?
Yeah, let's go.
I forget. I know you have a preference on what single issue comics are called.
I don't. My comment to you was very specific.
Oh, sorry.
No, to a person.
Oh. Well, no, because then I remember asking you, like, what do I say? And I don't know what I say. So now I'm going to be very formal in what I've read some single issue comic books. How's that?
I think just single issues was
single issues
versus like singles or.
Oh, I definitely think I say singles. Do I? I don't know.
I don't know.
All right, I'm sorry.
I said it.
I don't know what I'm doing right now, but anyway.
But at the time, I was overthinking it with what we were watching, and I was like, I don't like it.
No.
So,
yeah. That sounds fun. That sounds like a fun conversation we had. We must have been like we must have been like tee-heeing over something.
We were. Oh, you don't remember?
I don't.
I can't say
I told
it right
you.
here. I can't say it right here for reasons.
Scandalous.
I could tell you after for sure.
All right, so I continued on with my Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees single issue journey. So I read issue number 5. And I have to admit, this was the first one that I didn't give 5 stars to. Only no disrespect to my favorite book of 2024, I think. So far.
Calling it here in May. Love that.
I'm calling it. But the only reason I say that is it did feel a little filler issue-ish. And it's the first one that made me feel that way. Yeah, but I think I understood what they were going for because I can't say much because it's issue 5. But Samantha, the main character, does you get a little I don't know, she sort of goes on this soul searching moment out in the woods and is very reflective and thinking about what she's been up to, put it that way. So I enjoyed it, but it did feel filler issue-ish to me. So I gave it, I mean, listen, I gave it 4 stars. It's not like I, panned it or anything. But I just want to be honest, like, just because I love the series, I'm not going to be like, yeah, every issue is 5 stars. I'm not
Some
like,
people would,
well, that's
but
why
not you.
I don't like to do that,
We're honest here.
But damn, do I love this series. I know, like talk about it all the time, but it's so good. And as I continue what I've read, I will say that on Instagram, I begged the creator to please continue it.
Yeah,
So
well, and it seems very popular, so
I
hopefully,
know. And
um,
I think it's very possible, right? Isn't that how things work? Like if something does so well and it's so popular and
they'll do a new run of it. Yeah, absolutely.
something, yeah. Yeah.
And we've been talking because some of us, I know some people in the chat, I can't remember who, of course, but have been reading the single issues on Hoopla.
Yeah, yeah.
And they skipped one. So that one did come out, but they skipped 4. And
Right.
of course, I've read through 3 and I'm like, what's happening? So I tweeted them. I really thought they would respond. They have not responded.
You tweeted
Because,
Hoopla, right?
yeah, because I
Yeah.
did that back when I was reading Giant Days as it came out in single issues and they skipped
Yeah.
one. And I was like, hey, what gives? What's
Yeah.
going on? And they were like, oh, that's messed up. We're going to put this to our team and they're going to look into it, whatever. And then they got it up and I was like,
That's so cool.
They actually like responded. And now I'm like sad because I'm like, I want to continue that. Let me continue it.
I know. I mean, really, does it happen that way because they want people to go out and buy it, but they give you a taste, I guess?
I don't know. I feel like it's a goof.
Yeah.
Because they're still going to get money from a checkout.
That's true. I don't know.
It's a bummer. Well, the reading update is back. I thought the show's canceled. Thankfully, it's not canceled. We are back. And yeah,
We're
the
here.
rumors are true. Hi, Brooke. It's great to see you, of course.
Hey, Brooke. And hey, Gary.
Let's see. Oh, hey, hope you're... Hello. We are doing well. How are you?
Good
I don't mean
to
to
see
speak
you.
for you, Mary.
I'm good. I'm here.
Oh, you mean the singles are back on Hoopla, not just number 4 fast?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like
Yes.
1 through 3 and then 5. What's happening? Marissa, you were probably who I was thinking of, who's also reading it on there. Like, what's happening? I don't know. Maybe can you yell them on Twitter too? Like, I don't know what's happening. Okay, so you were waiting off on the next one. I assume you're gonna do after that. Is that right?
I am.
Okay, look at me grabbing up still. I yesterday, and I actually finished it today. Read the next volume of Battle Royale, the manga adaptation I've been reading. So it's volume 10. There are 15 volumes. I'm looking forward to ending it. They've been sitting on my shelf for ages. I got them for a great price at Half Price Books back in the day.
Nice.
What can I say that I haven't already said on this series? Every single possible trigger warning ever. If you're thinking about reading this, you probably know the concept of Battle Royale. If you don't, just look it up. I've not seen the movie. I've not read the novel. I've only read this. But I still want to know how it ends. So it's brutal, oftentimes like to a disgusting point. Like you see brains and stuff, and it's all murder. But I need to know how it ends. So that's how I feel right now. I'm like, I need to know how it ends. And then I'm going to look forward to having a chunk of my shelf out of this house because I'm settling them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's how I feel.
Wow, I'm impressed that you're up to number 10 already.
Thank
volume
you.
10.
Yeah.
That's really good.
I'm doing it, finally.
I see you peeking at the chat. I'd just like to give you a sec.
I like this yippee comment. Yelled on Twitter for you. Thank you.
Do it.
For all of us. Thank you.
Do it.
Not for your average manga reader. It gets dark, violent. Oh, yeah, in every way possible. It's brutal.
So Kristen knew this was coming next. I also read number 6, the alleged final issue of Beneath the Trees Where
Alleged.
Nobody Sees. Oh, this ending is really good. I am definitely not the first person to say this, but if you like the show Dexter, there's no possible way you won't enjoy this book. Look at Samantha. What's she
It's a
doing?
good
She's got that
cover.
mask on. But this wraps up the series very well, but it also does it in a way that they could continue it. Again, I can't say much, but they do give you an ending. It's very clear. Something shocking happens at the end that at first I was like, wow, that really goes against that character's character, but
Mm.
it doesn't really. It was just so interesting, and like halfway through, I mean, listen, I know these are, you know, how many pages? I don't even know how many pages this is, but
20 something.
halfway through, I was like, no, they're not going to do it. They're not going to go there, and then they go there. So I know this is like sort of annoying because I can't say anything because it's the last issue. 5 stars. Loved how it ended. I'm sort of in a state of denial because I don't want it to be over. But if it's over, I can be happy with the way it ended. That's
Well, I'm
all.
glad to hear that.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm really
Thank
looking
you.
forward to it. Yeah, Marissa, that's a great cover.
Yeah.
Which years of Dexter are we talking here?
I am diehard. I loved the new stuff that came out as well. Are you talking about, are you specifically talking about the ending of the first, what do you call it? The final season of the first run? Is that what you're, I'm not one of those people that was like, I didn't love the ending of Dexter, but I didn't despise it either.
Sounds like a book I should read. I love Dexter.
Oh, Booster, please read it, and then if you do, please let us know what you think.
Now that it's over, I will give it another chance, Chris. We hope you enjoy
Yeah, you know what, Chris? I wonder if it'll read better as a trade, right?
it. Yeah, I mean, some things
right?
definitely do.
I think so too. I actually might, because I have all the single issues. I might reread it, the whole thing, now that I have it all, to see like what that experience is like.
It's a good idea. 5 stars from Mary. Yeah.
Totally.
Love that. Let's see. The Battle Royale manga actually does a better job of fleshing out the characters than the novel. That's interesting.
Oh, wow.
Who's the publisher for Beneath the Trees? That's IDW, right?
Yes.
And off topic, you know I have to answer this. But when you saw Oliver Tree, did he perform Let Me Down? I was just listening to that song before this. 1, do you love the song? Because I love the song. 2, which time are you referencing that I saw him? Because, but I will say, I think at every show I've seen him at, he's played him. So that's one of his bigger ones. And it's always wonderful, and I love it. And he does this little dance during it. It's my favorite. Ask Reed. Every time he's like, wait, like we know it's coming. And I'm like, yeah, it's my favorite. Okay. So speaking of murder and stuff, Secret, book 1. Look at these guys.
What's with you and the bunnies? You're always holding up bunny books. Murderous bunny books.
This one definitely looks like a murderous bunny book. So this author also wrote Doubt, and I think I forget what the other one's called. Does it say somewhere? Nah, probably not. But I believe they're all independent of each other and similar-ish concepts from what I've heard. So this one in particular is about a class in high school.
Mm-hmm.
There was a terrible bus accident, and like everyone on the left side of the bus basically died. Yay. It's not a yay. Similar to Battle Royale, kind of, because like those kids get on a bus and they go to a murder island. Not the same, but there's a bus. I don't know.
That's interesting.
So the survivors of this bus crash are gathered in a room with a counselor at school. And the counselor's like, hey, and he's been counseling them since this happened. And he gathers them one day and he's like, hey, there's 3 murderers in this room. And the people that we thought died in this accident were actually murdered. Some of them were. 3 of them in particular, because there are 3 murderers. And 3 among us right now are the murderers.
Whoa. So I might like this.
So the rest of this 3 volumes is everyone trying to figure out what and who done it and what's happening and why and what's going on. So it was interesting. I thought it was a nice, pretty quick read too. And I will say, so the first volume is hooked, right? I'm just gonna keep going through the 3 because I read them all.
Okay.
Second volume. Second volume.
I'm like
with the bunnies. I was also very interested, like, what's happening, what's going on, who did it, what's happening, right? But I got to the 3rd volume.
Oh no.
And I was like, how's this gonna end? There has to be some twisty twist. And there was a twisty twist. It was difficult for me to enjoy the twisty twist because it was, I can tell you after if you want, Mary. I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but it's pretty gross. Like, not like visually or something, but the twist of it, how it comes together at the end. I mean, it was psychotic.
Right.
I guess that's a way, and so that made sense.
Okay.
But it was also like there was like a skeevy relationship situation. I was like, ugh. So that just made me kind of sour at the end. Do you know what I mean? Like,
okay.
Not that I expect a murder book to necessarily be joyous or whatever at the end, but it still got my attention the whole time. I don't regret reading it, but it did go down to the end for me. But if you think you'll enjoy it and you want these, you got them, girl. You got them.
I'm a little curious.
You want them?
Okay.
Okay. Let me make a Mary pile for you. There could be other ones. Oh, Catherine just downloaded Beneath the Trees book 1.
Catherine.
Let's go.
Ooh.
Love that. Okay. Bunnies are the best. Anya from Buffy would be most displeased. Absolutely. Yes. Fave murderous bunny book, Watership Down. I was trying to come up with a way to mention Anya. Marissa, thank you. Oh, Anya. I love Anya.
Okay. What do I have next? What should I do? Should I keep going with my theme here? Okay. So this is by our friend Mark Bell. Finally read Strange Ranger. I always want to say
Stranger Danger.
Yes. I've been putting the in front of it though. I don't know. Strange Ranger. Mark was very kind, and let me show you. I didn't read these yet, but I thought it was so nice. It was on one of our lives, and I was like, Kristen, I can't remember what I backed. And Mark was like, duh, you got all the digital stuff. And he was so kind, but he went ahead and sent me some physical comics too. So he also sent me Spirit #1.
Nice.
So thank you, Mark. That was really so kind. And #2, which I will get to reading these and report back. And then just these really, I know you, these fun patches, which is really cool.
Love that.
And a little notebook.
Nice.
So thank you, Mark.
That really circle patch is really fun. I didn't get that one. I didn't get that one, Mark.
Uh-oh.
I'm just kidding.
I didn't
that is cute though. I like it.
Yeah, it's actually on the back cover of. It's this cover on the back, which is so cool. Strange Ranger is about, what's her name? Agatha. She's a rookie park ranger. And this book is really fun because it's definitely all ages. It's like a great all ages adventure book that has a little bit of a supernatural element to it. Great art. I kind of liked, this is one of the, I feel this way about many books, but I did enjoy going into it not knowing a ton. Like, I do remember reading like the Kickstarter, like, summary, but it had been a while, and I was like, no, just go into it, read it. And it was a lot of fun. Definitely all ages. I know some of the people that like to watch the stream, sometimes look for all ages books. And I think this might be a good one to consider. Yeah, magical, all ages, adventurous, great art. You guys should give it a try if you're curious, if that sounds good to you, and be cool to support our friend Mark.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
believe he has a web store. James.
Yep. James.
James. Check it out.
And yeah, after I read Spirit 1 and 2, I will let you guys know what I think.
Yeah, I need to jump into my Mark stuff too. I haven't done it. It's nothing against you, Mark. I've been trying to prioritize things I think I'll get rid of.
I know.
I don't think I'll get rid of this.
Exactly.
Chris has to read his digital copy. Reminder to everyone, read your
Yes.
Strange Ranger.
Yes.
Okay, how am I going to do this? Let's see. I have to censor the cover of this a little bit.
Oh, nudies.
It's just a little bit of nudies.
What are these things you're picking up to cover?
Bookmarks. There you go. Okay. Call me Nathan.
Uh-oh.
I just didn't want to show some nip nops on here, but I didn't have to,
Nip nops.
Nip nops. This is about a trans character. It's fiction. His name is Nathan. And let me open it up. Maybe. Yeah. Show you some of the art. I really enjoyed the story. It explores his journey. I think the preface, is there a preface? Yeah. Talks about, like, the author talks about meeting a boy named Lucas and his story of transitioning, like, inspiring her to write this journey. So I read some reviews after I read it, because it is not from an author that is trans, right? But she spoke to Lucas a lot, had a lot of testimonial, things like that, as well as the translator. I believe was mentioned at some point. I think the translator, is trans, which is cool, because this was originally in French.
Okay.
So that was also probably like a helpful addition to have in this journey. And the author, okay. I'm sorry. I clearly am confused. So there's a writer, illustrator, and then the translator who had little comments to make at the end. Anyway, it was a fun, like, I like the journey. I like the art a lot too. It's kind of like watercolor-y, I want to say.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah, I really liked it, and it was just about Nathan figuring out that he's Nathan, and he wants to be called Nathan. It's called Call Me Nathan, understandably. And the journey that he goes through with, like, his parents and his therapist and doctors and just trying to figure everything out. I enjoyed. I liked seeing, but I do understand the reviews also that are like, hey, this weird. That's kind of weird. I don't know. I'm like, okay. I do think the translator should be taken into account for somehow. We don't think about that a lot with, like, books, manga even. Like, the translator really tells that story in the language we're reading it, right, in a lot of ways. So yeah, I would be curious, like, what some other people think about it. But I overall enjoyed it. I didn't, like, adore it, but I
Yeah.
did enjoy it. I do think those things should be like warned though. So like I don't know if that makes you feel uncomfortable, if you're someone who would read something like this and be like, "Wait, that's weird." I get it. I didn't know until I started like reading it really, and then I was like, "Oh, this is one I think we got at Heroes at that booth."
I was gonna ask you if you got that at Heroes because
I'm
that
pretty
that
sure.
looks familiar to me.
Yeah.
And when
So
you're saying, oh, like you're not sure if everybody be interested, you're saying because the writer.
I think yeah, a lot of people, understandably to an extent, of course, have issues with a story like this being told not from like own voices,
Right.
from someone who hasn't lived that experience.
Yeah.
And I think that's understandable. I do think it's not for me to say if it was dealt with well or not.
Yeah.
Um, I found it interesting though, and I think there was some good messaging throughout. Like there was
Yeah.
positivity in it, and I think that's important. So I would be curious, like from more people who have had this sort of experience, like what they think about it.
Right. I just, I'm sitting here a little quiet because I was just thinking, like, I think, like you said, I understand how somebody can maybe feel that way, but I also think, I don't know if this is like unpopular opinion, but um, I also think sometimes that can go to an extreme. Obviously, it would depend on what the story is about, right? Because we're talking fiction.
Mhm.
Like how far that should go. Like I do think, you know, if it's fiction, I do think I'm not one to jump and say, "Oh, you shouldn't write about that," because that's not the life you live either.
Sure, and that's why I said to an extent I get it.
Yeah.
I think
Um
what's different about this in particular, it doesn't read like fiction to me. Like if I
Oh,
didn't know
really?
that, if I didn't read
Oh,
the
okay.
preface, I would have assumed it was some kind of
I
memoir.
got you. And that was an interesting point that you brought up about the translator too, you know?
Yeah, I think that definitely matters
Yeah.
in some way.
Yeah.
Of course, saying a good writer can write about anything if it's convincing it works. I think I disagree with some of that. Again, in certain circumstances, right? Like I think there are some writers out there who like very popular male writers, let's say, who only write female characters, and I'm just like, this isn't really like, there's probably some people like this, but I don't know. So there's some weird stuff out there, and I kind of get that. Oh, you're telling us what you're reading. It's like, what? The Veins of Morning, Miss Born Era, Book 2. Okay. Or Era 2, Book 3. I have read about a third before it's done. Please, everyone, tell us what you're reading.
Yes.
Probably have read it by the end of next week. I'm also reading Zatanna for Omnidog's book club. I'm rereading Yokohama something something. You're in all the book clubs, Kane.
Kane, how do you do the book clubs?
Yeah.
I'm somebody you never want in your book club because I will not read something I have to read.
I'm with you. Yeah, it's hard. It's definitely hard.
I wish I could be because it always seems like a good idea and it seems so fun. Like, oh, let's all read the same book together. It's like the second I pick up the book, I'm like, I don't want to read it.
Homework's hard, for real.
Yeah, yeah.
Shakespeare was the best. He was able to become every character and write him or her convincingly. But like, did he write all that, Gore? Like, did
Oh,
he write all that? Was it him?
conspiracy theories.
Could write a write just about anything if they've done their research on the subject. I just think there are things.
I don't listen.
I think there are exceptions to a lot of things, including this.
But I also think I know. I don't know if I'm showing more my age and I'm always willing to listen, but like I also think we're talking about fiction. It's to me that ranks really high up there. If it's a work of fiction, I don't know.
I think at the same time, obviously, books are for readers, and there's going to be people with problems with it, and I understand that on certain subjects.
Yeah, Kristen, Books are for readers. That's our next T-shirt.
That's right. Well, because people are always like, I don't want to, because we know there's some people out there, maybe they're in the chat, Dad,
Oh, uh-oh,
but they're like,
uh-oh.
if I don't like a book, I'm not going to talk about it. I want to be positive. And I'm like, no, no, no. This is for us. Like,
Yeah.
I want to, if I don't like something, I'm going to tell you too. There's some stuff in this stack I didn't like. Okay. You're going to know
Yeah.
about it.
And like we always say, like, if we don't like something, I feel like anytime if I give something a 1 star or whatever, I feel like like one of the things I always say is like, I never wrote a book. I'm not a creator. I'm not an author. I'm not saying I know how to do it better. All I'm talking about, like you're saying, is I did not enjoy this. Like it irritated me, whatever the reason, right? And like that doesn't mean we're negative either, right? Just
Just
means
honest.
we didn't have a good
Just
experience
honest.
with that piece of work. Like that's it.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
like kudos to the person that got published or whatever, like, but it wasn't good for us.
They cannot, they will. That's theirs. Absolutely. I mean, anybody has an ability.
Yeah.
Technically. The exception is a weak writer. They can't do it. And I think that's the problem, right? Like we have a lot of very popular writers that I think a lot of us would consider weak writers. Are they though? I mean, that's the debate of like popularity and should they or should they?
Yeah, true.
I'm not even trying to get in the weeds. I'm just like what I'm saying is I understand when you are a part, especially when you're part of a minority group, and someone is writing a story that they don't really know. They can read about, but they don't know.
Yeah.
I understand feeling weird about that. I get that.
Yeah. I understand that too, but you know what I think of, and it's very different now. I'll give everybody like an example. I remember like, let's say like when I was in college, early college years, being a gay woman, like if something came out like let's say a movie and it represented, specifically gay women in a bad light, right? I remember at the time, like, being like, "Oh," like, thinking like, "Oh, that's a bummer. I don't want people to think that that's what I'm like," or something like that. And I know that's kind of like a watered down example, but it's very different now because I feel like there's so much more representation that I see myself in, right?
Sure.
So I just wanted to, like, use myself as an example. Like, I definitely hear what, "Uh, hi, Reed."
She can't hear you. You want to say it louder?
Mary's gay?
Kick him out of the room.
He left.
What are we gonna do with him?
No, I totally hear you. I just know that like.
But I hear you too. That's what I'm saying too.
Yeah, I hear all those perspectives.
Yeah.
Yes, writers.
Yeah.
And yes, absolutely, I get it.
Yeah.
It's just when we, let's say, turn on the news right now.
Yeah.
There are certain hot topics, especially with trans issues.
Yeah. And I also realize, I also understand where I live is probably like exceptionally open-minded.
Yeah.
Very different. And I know that I have a different experience here. And, but I do, even with that being said, I guess I don't, in my mind goes here, and I know that isn't the case for everybody, especially what you're saying, because everybody lives in different areas. I also don't think it's the responsibility of every piece of art that comes out to represent everything and everyone either. Because sometimes you hear that too, like
well, sure,
something will come out and be like, well, why didn't they have fill in the blank character in that show or that book? And sometimes I understand, because sometimes that's true, because it would make the piece of art better, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. But yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting conversation, I think.
Yeah, and ultimately, I'm just saying, I think it's a valid criticism from people with those experiences to voice their opinions and how they feel about that.
Yeah. Especially like you're saying with that book, like you were saying, like as you're reading it, like you would think that was nonfiction.
It felt, I mean, you went through everything. You went through like the medication process. You went through therapy and doctors and specifics,
Or maybe if it was written in a way like as if they were talking about like their friend going through it and like visiting them or taking them to
Right. That would have been
appointments.
really interesting too. But yeah, it was from the perspective
Yeah,
of,
yeah,
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 yeah. So I understand again, I still enjoyed what I read, but
yeah.
I get it.
Get it.
Let's see. My dad's come back. I just feel like comic YouTube is like 95% negative. I'm just not going to feed that fire. But it's not negative if you just didn't like a book and you want to tell people you didn't like the book.
Yeah, Larry, honestly, like, I watch everything you put out. I don't think you would do it in a negative way. You just like you would explain like why you didn't like the
And that's
story.
just interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't think you'd be a jerk about it and be negative. Like, trust me, I know the negative talk you're talking about, and I know I know,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel it. I'm with you on that part. But I
Well,
don't think I don't think your reviews could be even considered to be in that category. I say all this as a compliment.
and I would push back to say when I have negative thoughts on a book, I don't necessarily feel like I would ask you, Dad, do you think we are negative when we review books we don't like?
I was just zapped out. I think my internet. So I
I
def
thought you froze a little. I wanted to directly ask my dad, do you think we are negative when we talk about books we don't like? Because it's exactly that.
okay. Yeah.
There is a way to tell your criticism and what you think about it. And at the same time, Mary and I will watch negative reviews and then we just want to read the book. Like, it happens
Because
all the time.
yeah, and then we wanna decide what if we like
Yeah.
it or not.
Or like what was it? Stages of Rot? Stages of Rot.
Ugh,
I was like, I hate this book. And you were like, I need it.
yeah,
So I sent it to you.
yeah. And then I read it and hated it and wanted to
Yeah.
set it on fire.
And then it
Yeah.
was great. I was like, cool. We're
And then we
laughing as
laughed.
we say
Yeah,
that. We're not like,
yeah,
forget you if you liked it. It's not that at all.
yeah, yeah, totally.
Booktube in general can be negative, sure.
Yeah,
I think YouTube in general can be negative.
yeah, for sure.
With the epidemic of trans hate / trans youth experiencing statistically higher incidents of mental health issues, authors should take caution. If it's not your experience, higher sensitivity readers. And that's a big thing too. That's why I was like, well, I would think and hope that the translator played into
Mm.
this in some way. I don't know the story behind it,
Yeah, maybe
but I
kinda
think
acted as a sensitivity reader,
right, I
right?
would hope, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Because I think that's super important. We've we've heard a lot of stories of authors not doing that, and then things come out and people have valid criticisms, and then it's like, yikes.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
that's the big thing. Like that's happening a lot right now, like a whole lot, and it sucks. And so there's certain topics. It's like, yeah, you should probably like for sure have readers who understand that experience reading it. Intent doesn't equal impact. Absolutely. I agree. YouTube is majority negative. It's how the machine is fed. All right, here we go. The difference is with your show, you don't focus on only one book, whereas I do one book per video typically. So if I do review a book I dislike, it would be like a hit piece. I don't agree with that. Again, it's just
well,
it's the way you have to talk about it.
yeah, and I don't know. I mean, listen. I just
We were listening.
no, I'm just thinking of I heard what Larry just said, and then I was thinking of what Kane said about, YouTube is a majority negative. It's how the machine is fed, and it's interesting, right? Because yes and no, because lately I have been like cleaning up my subscriptions, and it's like anything else, right? It's whether it be your social media feed, whether it be the people you stay friends with, keep in your life. I've been doing some weeding out, or maybe not even. I'm like, not to be dramatic, like maybe not even unsubscribing, but just like
Like
maybe not watch.
curating and
Yeah,
yeah.
curating, or maybe not watching as much.
Hmm.
Like I know if I go in there, I'm gonna be like a little smart ass and be making comments and texting you, whereas I could watch like other channels that I just get more out of, and or are more positive or whatever. So you could also do that. Like that's another suggestion. And
Totally.
listen, and I think you and I can speak to this. Like sometimes we'll watch some videos and like videos, live streams, whatever, and maybe what we call negative or positive is different for other people, but like I don't know. I don't really want to get into that because I don't want to offend any fellow YouTube friends or whatever, but I think you know what I mean.
Absolutely. Yeah. And just to put it out there, Mary and I, sometimes we hate watch and we laugh the whole time. So that's still a
Yeah.
positive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's good times.
Because it's like a hangout for us.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Gore says this is not a negative channel. The negative ones, that's all they do and are mean-spirited, resentful, and I think are more political channels venting grievances. That's very true. I think we can just look at certain culty comic groups that I don't even have to name for you all to know who I'm talking about. That's what they are. Absolutely. Yes, Larry, comic book YouTube is negative. That's why I only watch Merry Christmas. Oh, I watch upcoming title videos. Danny. That's it. Thanks, Danny. Sometimes I feel critical discourse is taking the hit. Some YouTubers can be mean-spirited, but it sometimes feels like some people only see criticism as an invalidation of their feelings. Yeah, I mean, that's something I feel like you and I have never really understood, because we could show a book and be like, I hated this. And then you'll be like, I love this, or like the opposite or something.
Yeah.
And we're just like, cool, I'm glad. Yeah. And I'm glad you liked it. I didn't like it for these reasons. It's not, people can be like, I hated Essex County. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry it didn't work for you. I don't like, that's fine. It's not hurting me. Curating the subs. I've been doing that myself. I need to do another round. Some channels that I watched a long time ago, I've grown out of them, if that makes sense. I need to do that too. Yeah. I have and will continue to mention books I don't like. I'm just not going to do a whole video on one. I've never heard you mention one, but
Yeah, Larry, not busting chops. I don't remember, but I mean, sometimes you listen, sometimes you listen, like you talk about like art that you didn't love. You could do the same for the story, like come on, Larry, start giving out some 5s. Come on, I want to see. I want to see you
5
give
out
a
of 10.
5. I want to see you give a 4 out. Come on.
You could also really love something but see its shortcomings, and that's okay too. Absolutely. How many people do we know right now who still love Harry Potter but can be like, hey, here are some things going on.
Yeah, for sure.
This is the only channel I'm subscribed to, Catherine.
Catherine, I'm honored.
I love that.
I mean, it's not my channel, but I appear here.
You should be honored. Gore says I'm not a fan of Saga. I read up until issue 60 something. I thought about doing a video. I didn't think it was a comic, but I feared it would attract that resentful and angry audience. And that sucks, because I would be interested in that as someone who likes Saga.
Yeah, I would too.
I think that sounds interesting.
You're like so intelligent in everything you say, so I would really be interested in hearing that.
Yeah, you wouldn't be like some, like you said, resentful or angry audience.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I read the first trade of Saga. I enjoyed it at the time, but I was also like reunited with reading comics again, so I don't know.
To go back through it.
Yeah,
I only read the contents of that first hardcover, I think.
Okay.
Which is not even half of it. So Gore's also never done a negative review.
Interesting.
And you could say negative or critical, right? Like,
yeah,
there's a difference. I'm one of those guys who loves Harry Potter still. And that's your right. But you can also be like, who has got some problems. My dad over here, I love you, man, but you're wrong about Saga. See, that's not how it works, Dad. Nobody's wrong. Nobody's wrong about not liking a book. I'm reading Grant Morrison's Doom Patrol, and hot take. So far, I don't think it's that good. We love a hot take here.
We love it.
Why don't you like it? I want to know. I haven't read it.
You know what's funny? Larry's comment, like he's joking, like, oh, I love you, man, but you're wrong about Saga. It makes me think about, like, I've seen it done on so many live streams where, a book or an upcoming release will get slammed, and then somebody on the panel will be like, if we were on a panel, I'd be like, "Oh, Kristen, when did you read that? I didn't know you read that." And then you're like, "Oh, I didn't read it." And then and then, like, the second somebody says, whether it be on the panel, like, let's say somebody read that book, let's say it's Saga, right? The second somebody says, "I I love that. I love that series," or somebody says it in the chat, and then it was like, and then instantly, then the other shift, it goes to the person that was like cracking jokes or whatever. They're like, "Oh, listen, that's awesome, man. You got love what you love, man. Love what you read. That's that's what
Yeah.
we're all about." I'm like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
cut it out here because you were just ripping that book.
Mm-hmm.
Cut it out. This isn't a love what you love to read situation going. You were just being a blank just now. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. You know who times two. Yeah. Yeah, my dad couldn't deal with Box Brown's stick figure art, as he calls it. It's not.
Oh, was that wait, you gave him for his birthday, right? You gave him a
No, actually, he was just over here, and
oh.
I can't think of the name of it because it's Reed's book, but it's the "Are You for Real?" the Andy Kaufman story.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, and he took it and then brought it back and was like,
Oh, okay.
I can't handle the stick figure art. We're like, okay. Not right.
See, Larry, we could tell you're wrong that it's about the story, not the art. And you would be like, "What? Are you crazy?"
I would agree with that though.
But I know he doesn't think that way.
Yeah. Danny's not giving up on it yet. Okay.
All right. I don't know anything about Doom Patrol. Do you?
I just know there's weird characters. That's all I know. That's all I got. The Negative Saga books tend to come from those angry channels, and once you click one of their videos, their friends enter your YouTube feed like a virus.
Okay,
yeah, I know what you mean. That algorithm's bonkers.
Yeah, no one wants that in their life.
Is it your go? I think it's your go.
Okay. This is
my
last
conversation I didn't attend.
No, that was fun though. See, we could have a nice conversation.
Yeah.
Not everybody is agreeing 100% with each other. We're all friends.
We're a melting pot.
I read volume 3 and final volume of Joker. One Operation Joker.
You're like every time.
Is it Joker, One Operation Joker, or is it One Operation Joker? I know I asked you this.
It's Joker, One Operation Joker.
That's ridiculous.
I know. I agree.
Anyway, we've talked about this book a lot. Joker raising a baby Batman. He has to make sure that Batman turns out to be the Batman that he knows because he just loves fighting with him. And so you follow that path that it takes. Obviously, baby Batman starts to get a little bit older, and a lot goes on to see, like, it's an interesting dynamic to see how much Joker cares. And there are times you're like, he's not caring about that baby just because he wants to fight him as an adult. It really feels like he's really caring for him, and you start to like feel for the Joker, and I know it's cool to hate on the Joker right now, it seems. In general, everyone's like, I hate the channels. From those other channels. And that's fine. Hate on Joker all you want, but this manga series is just lovely.
So good.
I liked how it ended.
Were you not bummed though that you're like, that's it?
Unlike you and Maddie, I knew that was going to be it.
But
I wasn't.
Yeah.
I know. I'm so sorry. That's horrible. I knew that because I remember. Yeah. I don't know if I was looking at pre-orders or what, or maybe I was just curious how many it would take, or like how long it would go. Because they really could have stretched it out a lot.
Yeah, I'm like, we could have a lot more volumes here.
Yeah, but
I'm sad to see it end.
I know. I really did enjoy it, and I have a tendency to get rid of manga, but I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep this series because I could see myself rereading it, and I love the art too. But yeah, enjoyed
Yeah,
that one.
loved it too. We can have a meaningful discussion even if we disagree. Yeah. At the end of the day, when information is exchanged, we become enriched and better because of it. And we can also agree to disagree. Absolutely. I think there are some channels out there. We're just going to keep throwing low-key shade. Where certain comments are just not even approached, right? They will be ignored. They will not be pulled up for XYZ reasons. I don't believe in that. So if y'all need to say something, for instance, Gary, sounds like you're holding something back. Did you hate Joker, Operation One Joker, whatever it's called?
Tell us, Gary, tell us.
That's fine. It's definitely not everybody's thing. I loved it though too. Hey, speaking of weird bunnies.
You have another bunny book. Come on.
I also read Doubt from this author. Like, why are they like this? Which are two chonkies. Two chonkies.
I don't. It's just a strange theme you have going on.
I know. I don't know why. And they both have these weird horizontal covers. Listen, I started with this one actually. What can I show here? So this is about it's interesting. I think if you watched Squid Game, yeah?
Yes. Yeah?
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 You watched it, yeah?
Yeah?
I think anyone who enjoys Squid Game would like this kind of book.
Oh, okay.
Because it very much had like it started with a game. I forget what it's called. Something rabbit, like that was the theme. And these high school kids come together, Rabbit Doubt. It's like a cell phone thing, but you come together in like real life and like play it together.
Okay.
And someone's a wolf among you, and the wolf has to get all the rabbits, but you don't know who the wolf is. And it's based on I think a children's story where like the wolf kills all the rabbits because children's stories are all violent. But of course, what happens is all these like kids who are playing this game are knocked out, and then they wake up in this creepy like what building or cellar or something, and they don't know how they got there.
Oh boy.
And they're like, what's going on? And then one of them is murdered, and they're like, what's happening? And then it's basically the game come to life, and there's a wolf among them who's murdering them one by one, and they've got to figure out what's going on.
This sounds good too.
It's fun. It was fun. I think there are some like annoying fan servicey moments.
Oh, okay.
That can be in some manga.
Sure.
But I still had fun with it. I still had a good time. I don't even remember what I rated it though. Let's see here. Because I again don't remember anything. But I remember it felt like I gave them all 3. I gave Secret 3 too until that end volume. I think it was just because like the depth, there was no depth there really, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But it's very popcorny. It'll keep you going.
Yeah.
You'll want to know what happens at the end.
Right.
So again, don't regret it. Are these Mary books? You want all the weird rabbit books?
I know. I'm like, Kristen, I can't believe the theme. And I'm like, can you send those to me?
Yeah, you're going to get all the weird rabbit books, 100%.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
I am out of. Oh no, I didn't read Dark Ride.
I didn't either, but I want to.
Me too. Yeah. I've been curious about that.
Did you read it, Danny? Did you like it? I remember when David Letterman had people dressed as bunnies enter a coffee place. Yeah, how many they can get in before getting kicked out. I feel like I remember that too. I would stay up with my dad and watch Letterman all the time.
That's funny.
But this talk is making me hungry. Oh no. So you ran out of physical stuff.
I did, but you want me to do a quick, maybe as you're talking, I can unbox the thing I want to show.
Absolutely.
So if you want to keep going, I'll mute myself so you don't hear all the cutting.
Sure. I also read Universe. This is published by Image. It is a science fiction situation. Each issue, like some of them kind of overlap and continue. They're clearly from the same world, but they're all set in like a futuristic year. I don't know what year. The first one I think is about time travel. The time travel theme kind of goes throughout, actually. Um, and you learn more and more about the world and like what's going on and different characters in it throughout it. I have to say, I enjoyed the art a lot. I like the color palette throughout this. I thought that was fun. But I ultimately got to the end and I was just kind of like, I'm finishing this to finish it, aren't I? Like, so I'm not keeping it. It was not my favorite. There were some interesting elements, but ultimately, yeah, it wasn't my thing.
You're happy to get it out of your house.
I'm happy to get it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
You still working on it?
You're like, Mary, this is annoying.
No, I can keep going.
No, I'm ready.
I got stack.
I got the main box out. Okay. I'd like to say you're going to be like, I think you're going to be a little surprised at this.
Okay.
As I like to do when I buy certain things, I'd like to blame somebody.
Who are we blaming?
I'd like to blame our friend David Garage Geek.
Oh.
Blame
Call him out.
But happily blame. This is going to upset your father too. So, oftentimes, Garage Geek, he like does these auctions, and he buys CGC books for like very good prices because basically no one else is bidding on them. So he was talking about, and I have some books, and I'm like him with it. It's not like, oh, I'm some collector. It's like I like to hang them and I'll like interchange, like I'll take them out, like hang some, take them back down, put different ones up. Not that I have that many. Like I have a couple Walking Dead ones and some other stuff. But anyway, I saw this and it's going to make sense. The book is going to make sense to you, but I blame David because I would never even be on this site if it wasn't for him. So it's my comic shop. They do auctions, right? So I got at a very good price. Beneath the Trees. It's like some special variant cover. I thought it was so cool. I had never seen it.
With the little pigtail. Yeah.
Oh, like pigtail.
That's
walking.
Cool.
I mean, it's cool, right?
That's cool. Do you want to share the price or you want to just knock that? Oh, no.
No.
Oh, no, I did it wrong.
The back is like the same, but just like a little faded.
Oh, yeah,
I think with shipping, it was $30.
Oh, yeah, that's nothing, is it? Yeah. I mean, especially for that.
Yeah, so I was very happy. And I kind of figured, like, a lot of the people that are on, they're like, they want, like, you know, key books and stuff. So I didn't think they would be gunning for this. So, I think the actual bid price was like 24, I think, and then the shipping was like 6-ish. So
that's cool. It's cool for like something you really like that too.
Yeah, like, and I agree with David. Like, I like this stuff to like appreciate the art of it. I'm not like looking to flip this or whatever. It's just I just think they're fun just because it's like in an instant frame. You know what I mean?
Sure,
I know David's gonna go crazy.
David's bad influence.
He is.
Oh no, you bought a slap. Will you be attending NYCC?
I'm thinking about it, Kane. I know I think didn't they just release like when the on sales are? I did think about it. I will let you know obviously if I do. Because I assume you go every year, right, Kane? I just haven't been in a while. I was like, maybe I could do it. Maybe I could power through the crowds, maybe.
I'm sure it's intense. Do you want me to continue physically or do you want to go to your digital list?
Why don't you go to your physical? Finish your physical.
I can go through them fast if you want.
No, you don't have to rush.
1 in a million. High school is hard enough without a mysterious illness is the little blurb here. Oh. So this is a really, I guess, a graphic memoir about her life in high school. And she does have a mysterious illness. So all these things start happening to her. She goes through all these tests. She's constantly sick for XYZ reasons. Can't figure it out. Eventually goes to the Mayo Clinic to try to do really intensive testing and hopefully someone there will understand what she's going through. She does eventually get a diagnosis. I have to say that outright because as I was reading this, I was like, are we just never gonna like? I was like, will this be a cold case? You know what I mean? Like it felt like
Yeah.
that kind of thing. She does get one, so that's good. And there's an afterword that kind of like continues her health journey after that.
Oh.
She's like, I wish to say everything got better, but and like all this stuff. But it was a really interesting journey. It's blurred by Maggie Thrash on the back, who I adore from like Honor Girl. And yeah, it was interesting. I will say, I think I ultimately gave it 3 because it was very. How do I put it? I feel like it lacked some. I don't want to say charm because it was about something so serious. And I don't want to say personality, but those are the words that come up in my head. Do you know what I mean? Like Maggie said, grueling and heartfelt Claire Lordan's story inspires strength in the face of terrible odds. Which, yeah. But it's very much like it documents days, right?
Okay.
So June, whatever. September, whatever. And that's necessary for the journey you go on. And it kept me captivated. Like I wanted to know what happened to her. And I do think it's interesting. Again, I gave it 3. I didn't not like it. But maybe it's just missing that, like, I've read a lot of graphic memoirs that, like, I feel, right? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel for her the whole time.
Right.
But yeah, so ultimately I liked it. It's a library book. I had to check it out. That sounds interesting.
Nice.
Oh, Maddie's here. Hello, Maddie.
Hey, Maddie.
How are you? Are you off that channel now? I can't say they announced. Ticket sales, not every year. 2022 is my year of returning.
Oh, nice.
Now I have to buy the Birthright Deluxe book 1 when it comes out in October because of you. Oh no, stop. Maddie's done. She's like, I'm out of there.
Nice job, Maddie.
Yeah, good job. Good job on that.
Maddie. I'm telling Maddie stuff. I love the slabbed book. But I think you'll appreciate Beneath the Trees. Maddie, had to show you. That's all.
Maddie, you haven't read that yet, though, have you? We're just going to say Maddie. Maddie, have you read it yet? Maddie, you should read it. You'll like it. Maddie. The Sad Ghost Club 2, I read. I enjoyed the first one. I enjoyed this one, too. Very much a mental health journey with these sad ghosts. And they're sad and ghosts. Yeah, it's a good time. I haven't read it yet, but I want to.
Yeah, I think you'll love it.
Yeah, for sure. I also read Sunhead, which I liked, but it was also kind of weird. Like, it's clearly about the main character loves this book that's clearly Twilight, right? And she's obsessed with it, and the characters, that's all she thinks about. I could relate to like the idea of that because, you know, you're a teenager and you get obsessed with things. Like, absolutely, I was there, you know.
I do it now.
Yeah, we all do, right?
Yeah.
But Beneath the Trees, remember? Remember? But there was a nice little twist at the end. She gets this other girl into it. Not at the end, it's throughout. And they form a nice friendship, relationship. I don't know. So there's a cute little moment. But ultimately, toward the end, there was like a big like time progression. Not even a jump, because you see it happen.
Okay.
And that's fine, but there was like no text. Like at the end, there's just like a lot of pages and no text. And part of me was like, oh, I'm gonna read this so fast. But then the other part of me is like,
you're like, what's going on?
Yeah. So that kind of bumped it down for me. I don't regret it though. I think it was cute.
Nice.
Oh, so when can we assemble our huge panel of women to talk about books for a video?
Oh.
Let's go, Maddie. Let's go.
We got the venue right here.
We're there. She did get so much grief when those films were out. When really Robert should have gotten that grief, shouldn't he? Just saying. Also read this great kids book I got at the library. It's a picture book. No Cats in the Library. And it's about this cat who loves books. And one day discovers the library. So she goes in and she's stoked. She's like, hold on, there's so many books here. But she keeps getting kicked out because, there's
No cats in the library. Come on.
Here's one where she jumps through the book chute to get in.
My goodness.
Yeah, it was super cute. Spoilers, but like this little girl, this is spoilers, come on, starts like reading to her, and it's really cute. And
I can't believe you spoiled the book.
And it has a nice happy ending. So I recommend it. Loved it. Gonna have to buy it. I'll skip some of these because like I just don't care.
Wow.
I read some manga and I'm just like, it's fine. I don't, it's fine. I just don't care.
Good for you. Good for you,
You know
though.
what I mean?
You read a lot, though.
Yeah,
really did.
That's just Council of Frogs. Some people may have heard me talk about this on, I think, Fangirls, right? Yeah, because Maddie was like, look at that frog. Maddie, look at that frog. I love this so much. This is absolutely one of my favorite books of the year. And I just loved it. I loved it. I think my dad would love it. I think you would love it, Mary. Maddie would love it. Maddie. Yeah, it's just so great. I mean, it's about this little frog guy, and he goes on a journey, and he meets people and things, and there's like things trying to kill him, but then nice things. Oh, it's great. It's just lovely. I loved it. That's all.
Excellent.
I loved it. We're getting down to the bottom worth things I don't remember a lot. Like Scarenthood. I ended up really not liking the ending because it didn't continue. I don't know if it was canceled.
Probably, right?
It probably was. And that makes me feel bad because I'm like, it's not their fault, but it makes for an unpleasant reading experience for me, at least. Because this big thing happens at the end, and I'm like, I'm never going to find out about it.
Yeah.
And that's annoying. I read the first Rocket Girl. It didn't make me want to read the second Rocket Girl. It's fine. It's fine. She's like, I think a 16-year-old in like the future. No, she's 15. And she's a cop from the future.
I
was like, why do I have this? It's even signed, girl. What's going on? Like, with a certificate of authenticity. Like,
is that Midtown Comics?
Yeah. It is. Do you need it?
No, I'm good.
Just because it says Midtown?
No, they're big on
having those.
And it comes from them. It's cool, though, because then
I think I got that for, like, one of the crazy cheap sales they were doing at some point online.
Yeah.
Back in the day. No One Returns from the Enchanted Forest. Again, people may have already heard me talk about some of these on other shows, but I really enjoyed this. I think they're kind of like trolls, but they're not called trolls. They look kind of trollish. And her little sister, our main character's little sister, goes into the woods because of reasons. She's mad at Mother Earth, who these trolls like blame on like their society kind of crumbling and like these weather things happening to like ruin where they're living.
Yeah.
And she's mad. She's like, I'm gonna go tell her. I'm gonna go tell her what's up.
And
she goes into the forest, but I don't know if you heard this. No one returns from the Enchanted Forest.
That's a spoiler right there.
So her sister's like, oh no, I don't want to go in the forest, but she went to the forest and I have to find her. So then it's about her trying to save her sister, who's the little sister up here. And they meet this girl in the forest, and there's like all these fun characters, and it was a good time. I liked it.
Nice.
So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you should read that one. Whatever one. The Frogs? Yeah. This is better than Frog and Toad are Friends. That's top tier. I mean, is anything better than that? Come on. Frog Legs with Bunny Stew. Gore, what's happening?
Gore. We're making Gore hungry.
Council of Frog. Yeah, you can get it there. Thanks, James. I mean, I don't get a commission or anything, but yeah, you could get it there. His pet peeve are spoilers. Grashik. It's pretty funny how wound up he gets. He's not gonna read that book though.
No. You never know, but
Yeah. You're saying gore, but I'm hearing girl.
girl.
Whirl.
Girl.
It's understandable. So those are all my physical books, some of them at least. I don't know. I
Well
read other
done.
manga. Getting rid of a lot of manga. That's all I know.
Nice.
Let's go to your slides though, because I know you
Okay.
made some fancy little slides here, right?
And
Look at how cute these two are.
aren't they cute?
Adorable. Oh, here we go.
I
Here we
read these.
go.
I read these so long ago. I'm not going to be able to say much about them, so
It's
forgive me.
understandable.
Okay. This first book goes back to a conversation we were having earlier about me not
Yeah.
liking something and Kristen loving it. So, did you go back though? You seemed a little unsure if you did actually, because you're like, from what I remember, I loved it.
Well, I went back
Right?
to Goodreads and I rated it 5 stars.
Oh, you did?
I did. I will say this was like in 2015, I think. It's like been a long
Oh.
time. Can I remember a thing about it? Absolutely not.
Well, I just read it and I can't remember too much. And maybe that was the problem for me. No, but it's very like slice of life, this woman, she just, she doesn't have a great life. I don't know. I just didn't care about her at all. Like you just hear about like, oh, she goes on this date, sleeps with this dude, feels bad about it. Her mom's like, you know, out of her mind. I just didn't care about anybody till I finished it. The art was
Mhm.
pretty cool. I did enjoy the art. Um, I don't know. I was just like, I thought you were actually playing a joke on me by saying that you like, oh, I remember loving it. But like you said, 2015.
I
Who the
do, but I couldn't
who
tell you
were
anything about it.
exactly. So, but
So I
listen,
apologize, Mary, because I
there are
did send you this book.
no apologies needed.
I
Um,
am sorry you didn't like it.
but no, but that's
Again, I
what
couldn't tell you anything about it.
we love to have fun like this, like to see, and there you have it.
Absolutely. We did
Um,
it.
the girl from the sea. I picked this up at Heroes Con. Um, I gave it 3 stars, as you see. I enjoyed it. But Kristen, I know what Kristen's gonna say. She's gonna say it was too
Sorry
cute.
again.
No, you're gonna say it was too cute for you, right?
I think it was probably too cute for you,
'Cause
now that I'm thinking about it more.
the freaking girl in the water, she's getting on my nerves.
I could have, yeah, I should have clocked that one up for you.
Yeah,
So
like
I'm sorry, but you
I
know
just
what? It
kept
was dirt cheap at Heroes, so I was just stoked about it.
listen.
You know,
I gotta admit to that. I did enjoy the art a lot. Um, yeah, the girl in the water there, you see, I just want to tell her a lot of times, like, back off.
back off. That's funny.
These are like probably my worst reviews that or summaries that I've ever done on a live stream. But I read these so long ago. I can't remember a lot. Okay,
Can
and
I say real quick though?
please.
I love how different our ratings are, except for one of these.
Oh, I bet
I
you slammed Primer probably.
I gave 3 of these books 5 stars,
Oh
and
my
one of them
gosh.
I was a rating twin with you.
Okay. Okay. The boy, the mole, the fox, and the horse and the whole freaking farm.
And the whole freaking farm. Okay, yeah.
Okay. I picked this up at a book sale. It was like one of those, I think I told you about it. I stumbled. This has never happened when and people talk about it on YouTube. I'm like, I hate you. How did that happen?
I hate you.
I was actually in a quaint little town and I saw a sign that said, it was out on the sidewalk. It said book sale. But it wasn't a bookstore. I'm like, all
Hmm,
right, I'm
okay.
interested in this. And I walk in and the woman's like, have you been here before? I'm like, I don't even know where I am. And it was like one of those sales put on, it was like a community sale. It benefited like some organization in town. If you fill a bag, it was like, I don't know, it's like $5, like just crazy, right?
Heck yeah.
So this book was there. I was like, I hear everybody talking about this. It's always on bestseller lists and stuff. So I picked it up. I love the art. I'm gonna sound a little Larry-ish here because the writing is done in like calligraphy, and I was
Mhm.
like, I was gonna lose my mind.
I agree with that note.
Ooh.
I absolutely agree with that
And
note.
as two people who love fountain pens, like, we get
Yeah.
it, but, like, has to be
Yeah.
done well if it's gonna be, if an
I agree.
illustrated
Yeah.
book is gonna be written that way or lettered that way. Um, I love the art, but this is just it felt like, it's just it had some really touching moments with the relationship between the boy and all the animals. And you know me, like, I'm a sucker for animals especially, but, um, I feel like it just reiterated a lot of, like, motivational memes and stuff that we've seen on Instagram, and it was kinda it's starting to bug me. Um,
It had the opposite effect of what it was supposed to do for
yeah,
you.
I don't know, and I also just feel like and that's also, that's like me being me. But yeah, I mean, 3 stars. I didn't hate it. There you go.
I give it 5
Primer.
stars.
You
You
I
already guessed that.
Yeah, I do think that this is a book too that if you hit it if it hits you at the right time, it'll mean everything to you,
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
right?
I totally agree
Sometimes
with that, and I could deftely understand the criticism with the font
yeah,
because yeah.
yeah. Um, Primer, I also picked up in that same sale. I do remember um, the girl on the cover, don't remember her name. I think Primer was that her, like,
Her
character name?
I think so, yeah.
She
She, like, spray painted or something
well,
on the
like,
cover.
her mom works for something similar to, like, CIA or something, and she had these paints, and whenever she kinda, like, became like a superhero, right? Whenever that she painted these certain paints and gave her different powers.
Yeah.
Am I totally
No,
making this
yeah,
up?
like, there were different colors that had different things, power.
Yeah.
We're really selling this one. I also gave it a 3, I believe, so
Yeah, it was cute.
yeah.
I already gave it to a free little library, a little free library, I mean, in town. 'Cause I feel like a kid would really enjoy this. But, like, the art was done really well, and, like, it's all, like, bright colors, like, visually, it was fun. So not a lot of rave reviews here, but listen, that's what I those are some things I read that I don't have in front of me, so I made a slide for it, so.
Awesome. I appreciate
What
that you did that.
was it awesome?
It was awesome. I do think so. Um, should I pull up my Goodreads real quick and just kinda go through my digital ones?
Please.
'Cause, I didn't make slides. Let's see if I can actually share my screen here. Let's go. Here we go. Alright. Let me know when you can see those.
Could see it.
Okay, cool. So Cloud Puppy here, I really enjoyed. This is an arc. I've been on my arc game lately, okay?
You're always on your art game. I stink at it.
I stunk at it for a long time, and now I'm getting actually approved for things, and I'm like, "Oh, I should do things." So, Cloud Puppy was fun. The only thing I didn't love about this, particularly with the arc, um, so Cloud Puppy is about the little her name's Cloud Puppy, and she really loves this manga, and her best friend, the bear unicorn situation beside her, also loves this manga. So they love the manga together, and then they find out from their other friends, the ones on the other side on the cover here, that there will be a convention where the creator will be there signing. And so they're like freaking out. Well, it has like different vignettes of stories throughout that ultimately lead to this Comic Con. And a lot of it's like Cloud Puppy ends up drawing a lot and doing her own comics, and then it teaches you how to like do your own comics. Like it's
Oh,
it's a children's book. Ultimately, I enjoyed it though, and it was a good time. I will say, with this arc, and I've noticed with some other arcs that I've received that make me upset. The first like 10 pages are in color,
oh no.
and the rest aren't. And I think typically it's because like maybe they haven't rendered the rest of the digital files in color rather.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's kind of annoying, you know? So, and I was already committed at that point. I was like, okay, I got to finish this.
Yeah.
And part of the charm, look at how colorful it is. Like, is the colors. So,
Mm.
That's kind of a bummer, but I did enjoy it.
Nice.
I also read I Felt Myself Slipping. This was about two gymnasts, and one of them, I believe she's deaf or hard of hearing, and has trouble communicating with her team. And they're like a really good team. They're going to go to the Olympics, pretty much. They're trained for that, so they're like serious business. And her coach, thankfully, knows sign language and signs with her. But all of the rest of her team, her coach was like, I will teach you sign language if, it would be great if we could all communicate with our teammate. So, like, one person who's the other person on the cover here, she is like, please teach me sign language. I want to be this person's friend. And it's about their journey of friendship and her like feeling comfortable in that team, the things that happened to her before on a different team. I had a good time with it. It was fun.
Nice.
It's kind of hard to see, actually. This is Nothing Special, Volume 2. This is there we go. That looks better. Concerning Wings, Katie Cook. I'm going to give probably all of these. I don't know how many they're going to be. This is Katie Cook's webcomic. I love Katie Cook. And I'm stoked that she's doing this webcomic. I love her art. It's such a fun, magical adventure. You're just following like the first book. You really like our main character. Well, several of our main characters discover powers that they have and go on this kind of magical journey. Nice. And particularly the girl who's our really main character. She finds out like her history and like who her mom was, because she never really knew her mom, and how that plays into the power she got, and like her dad in this other world. And it's just a fun time. It's fun. There's magic. There's cute stuff. It's a good time. There are these little like sprout kind of things throughout. I mean, you can see them all over the cover here. They're kind of like floating on one. Wow, this isn't working. Goodreads, what are we doing? These little things.
Is Reed vacuuming?
Yep. Reed, is it really loud?
I'm only. If
You're like, yeah.
The reason why I'm laughing, I have like a running joke with Kristen. I'm like, what's with our spouses loving to vacuum like what I consider after hours? In my opinion, no one should be vacuuming like after 8 o'clock at night. That's just how I feel.
Yeah, it's pretty late for vacuuming, that's for sure. I'm sure he's putting together a bed frame right now, so he's probably has a reason to vacuum. But like,
yes, and I oh no.
You have something to say?
You judging me vacuuming?
Mary is.
Mary? I am trying my hardest to be a wonderful homemaker and be the best housewife I can be. I'm putting together furniture.
Tell him I apologize.
She apologizes, she said.
Apology accepted.
Buffy, you want to come here?
Wow, she does.
Did you hear that?
Yeah,
ma'am,
I can hear.
Come here, ma'am. She's not going to jump up here.
Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Oh, she got things to say.
Yeah.
All right.
She's probably like, stop vacuuming.
She doesn't like it, so she probably is. Navigating with You. These all look like garbage, don't they? What's with Goodreads? Why do they look so bad?
Like right now, are you enlarging it? Because I can't see.
Oh yeah, because it only shows one window, doesn't it?
Oh, maybe that's why. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I was. It's okay.
No worries. We can see.
Okay. Navigating with You is another arc. These are all arcs, by the way.
Nice.
Of course. This one was super cute and fun. I liked it a lot. It is about these two girls who love this manga, and they find out another manga love. They find out that each other loves the manga. They read it like as like when they were younger, but they never finished it. And they had completely different viewpoints on like the two main characters and the love interests. One of them's like, hey, that guy was a jerk. Why would you want this main character with him? And the other one's like, no, he's dreamy. He's the best, right? So they're like, okay, we're gonna make a book club, and
Oh no, a book
someone's
club.
gonna win. Like, if you can get the next volume, because turns out this manga is like out of print. They can't find all the volumes, but they want to know what happens. They want to know how it ends. So they're like, how do we get the next volumes? Like, what are we gonna do? So really, it's about the adventure of them finding these books, having this book club together. You get to see the manga like interspersed throughout it and what they're reading, which is cool. I don't know. I really liked it. And of course, it turns into a cute romance because it has to. Like, duh.
Do you know whenever there are books within books, it makes me crazy.
Here's the thing. I don't like that either, but I guess because
it
it
worked
was
for this.
well, it wasn't like a whole like you would see like a few pages of this manga.
Oh,
they're
okay,
reading.
okay.
You know what I
get what
mean?
you mean. Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah, it wasn't
otherwise
like the
that
whole
sounds
darn
cute.
book.
Yeah.
Because that would have been too much. I'd be like, I'm done. But
There's
I
that
like
one.
that element.
What's the one Riley Sager book where he does that? And I was like, I'm out.
Oh, Home Before Dark?
Was that it?
Yeah, because it was about the old house and the girl's dad who wrote the book.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't love that aspect of it either. I know a lot of people like it, but I'm with you. Taxi Ghost is another arc that I read. It is about these ghosts who use moving vehicles as taxis. And that's not the only thing. The main character here is from a long line in her family, I guess, of mediums. So her grandma's a medium who doesn't want the power. She's like, I don't want to see these ghosts. I'm gonna do all I can. Apparently, if you paint your house blue, they don't want to come in it. Like all this stuff because they'll keep talking to her and she doesn't want to have it.
Right. So
her granddaughter here wakes up one day, she can see ghosts and talk to them. And she's like, what's happening? So it's her navigating that, and like she ends up finding a way to help a lot of these ghosts. So it becomes like a constant positive adventure for her, which her grandma didn't have. It was fun. I liked it a lot. So I would recommend that. I think I talked about the rest of Homebody. Yeah, Owlie was fun.
I always see those Alley books. They look so cute.
Yeah, I just got one from the library. They're really cute.
Yeah.
The Great Pup-tective. I returned this to the library, but Mary,
cute.
It was so cute. Like, so this little Chihuahua is the Pup-tective, and it's so funny and cute. He's trying to solve these mysteries, and has his sibling is like this orange cat. And they just get into like these squabbles and adventures and like trying to figure out things. And I loved it so much. Like I'm not the target audience, but I loved it.
That's okay.
That was great. And I think I already told you I love Crush, right? Did we talk about this? No? Yeah.
I feel like we did, but I don't know. I get confused if I watched you on something else.
It comes on October. I was so excited to get the arc so early.
Yeah.
and even be approved for it.
Oh, wait. Sorry, go ahead.
It's Tegan and Sarah and Tilly Walden.
Yes, I'm with you now.
Yeah, the follow-up to Junior High. So I was so excited.
Oh, I'm excited for you. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, of course, I read it. I loved it. And I look forward to buying it.
Nice.
It's great.
Yay.
So, yeah. Chris has Homebody waiting for me at the library. I hope you really like it. I really enjoyed it. You're doing great, Reed. I miss Catherine leaving. Sorry, Catherine. Good night.
Good night, Catherine.
What's Chris talking about to my dad here?
Let's see. Hope you enjoy it. Oh, I think he's talking about is that the Van Gogh book?
I have a Van Gogh comics somewhere, Dad. I don't know if it's that one actually.
I think, Chris, that one's on Hoopla, I think, right?
Well, my dad will never read it there.
No. I'm just saying if other people were interested in it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I think Maddie left too.
Yeah, everybody's sleeping. That's okay. Well, I'm done. I did it. Did you do it?
I think I'm done too. I started reading Peter David's Incredible Hulk. Larry will be happy about that. I started the first volume. I am not putting that up on Goodreads anymore. I can't take the pressure because it
Oh,
takes me a long time to read Omnis, so I
sure.
just hate logging on and seeing it sitting there.
Hmm.
So I will put it up there like when I'm like definitely close to finishing it.
It's understandable.
So if you see an Omni go up and like it says I finished it like the next day, it does not mean I read it in a day.
Now we know.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, he read it on Comixology Unlimited.
Oh, nice. Did I? I'm going against what I said.
I think you did put that on Goodreads, actually. Unless you took it off.
Well, if you see it come down, it's my anxiety getting the better of me. Oh, yeah. Okay. I take back what I said. I'm a liar. I think I did that with Rom because I started reading Rom and I was enjoying it and it was taking me too long and I took it down. I should really not care. Who cares?
Yeah.
Who looks at my Goodreads?
Like, I mean, it's not like book of the month. They're not like, hey, what'd you think of this?
Yeah. Oh.
Where I feel offended.
Yes.
Can I just say real quick? Mary and I, every month, we are still in book of the month. And when the books drop, we still send each other like an alarm GIF.
Yeah.
And we still look at the books every month. Mm-hmm. But we both ordered for our birthday in April because you get a free book on your birthday. And I believe we both haven't ordered since, and even before that. In fact, we didn't even get the yearbook. We both skipped that one, the free one at the end of the year.
You know it's bad when we skip a free book.
Yeah, we were just... Because, I mean, obviously you have to buy a book and then you get a free book. So, like...
Yeah.
We didn't... I wouldn't skip a free book, but, like...
Yeah.
You know. So, yeah, it's just... It's funny now, because what I was going to say, it's toward the end of May now. We didn't talk at all about the May picks for Book of the Month.
We didn't? Did I
don't think we
skip
did.
it?
I don't think we did. I could be wrong, but I don't remember doing that.
Things.
I could be so wrong, but I remember thinking at some point, and I was just... Because I skipped it, and then I was like, we didn't even talk about this. That's hilarious.
That's amazing. Now I'm checking to make sure. I mean, what if I didn't skip it? Nothing would happen, right?
You get charged.
What the...
You get charged for a credit if you don't skip it.
And do they send me a book?
No, you just get a credit in your like account. So
I see it to use. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, so you get charged for the credit, but
Kristen,
did you not skip it?
How do I tell? Oh my!
You skip it.
It says you didn't get a box this month, but no hard feelings. Oh no, I skipped.
Okay. I swear I don't think we even talked about it, which is just so funny.
Yeah.
We were both just like, skip, done.
It says, see you in June. You skipped this month, but no hard feelings.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that is funny if we didn't even talk about it, because normally we're like, we at least have to say something snarky like, I don't like any of the books they selected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is so us. My dad says my prose books take me forever on Goodreads, and I don't care. I mean,
all right. You know what, Larry? I'm gonna do it too then.
Kane has good words. Reading is not a race; it's an experience.
I know. Tell my anxiety-ridden mind that though.
Unless you're like zooming through manga to get rid of, then it's a race. I mean,
if I had gold star stickers, I'd be giving them out to you tonight.
Thank you for that.
Oh, while we have your dad here, don't mind. I have like sorry, I have to do something.
What?
I picked up a book. Ooh, ghost stories. I picked up a book at Ollie's, and I want to ask
cheap.
Yeah, and I want to ask your dad if he wants a copy the next time. Well, this weekend I'll be near the Ollie's. I can pick him up one. It was only like $8. Oh my god! Danger.
What are you doing over there?
I have a little light here.
What is happening?
And it fell over. Okay. So Larry, if you want a copy of this book, I will pick it up for you, but it's illustrated. It's your boy.
It's your boy.
So if you want it, it's like $8 and it's illustrated.
I would also recommend Dad to just go to our Ollie's and see if they have it.
Oh, or yes. And if they don't, then I can pick you up one because they had a lot. Of course, I can't find See, it's like really
Cool.
nicely illustrated. I've never read this, but for $8, I was like, it's so nice
Mhm.
that I'll get to it someday. See,
Very cool.
so
We love
let me know,
$8.
Larry. Message me if you need me to go on the hunt, but before Sunday though.
Well, and I know my dad's going to be in town tomorrow, so Dad,
Okay.
just go over to that Ollie's and check.
Oh, he's interested.
Yeah, do it.
Okay. Yeah, just let me know. I'm heading that way on Sunday, so I can look for you.
Yeah, and I'll let you know either way.
Yeah.
It's a nice looking book. Of course I saw the cat post, Dad. In fact, I made a comment that said, because I'm so lame, I never comment on people's things even. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I saw him post 2 cats, and I was like, and I missed the first one because he's had these cats for a bit. But I was like, oh my gosh, yes, kittens. So I made a comment, and I was like, followed because you're my favorite writer / artist. Stayed for the cats. What are their names? And he liked it, but he didn't reply. What's that about? I don't get to know their names. Come on. That's a bummer. Yeah. I made a comment. Okay, I think that's it. Is that it? I think that's it.
That's all I have.
Yeah.
Well, am I reading anything else? Your dad knew what I had on Goodreads, but are you reading anything?
I didn't start anything. I just finished everything before the show.
I'll just.
Which it's weird not having something I'm currently reading. Like, it's very unlike me.
It is. Oh. I'm listening to a cozy. I think that's only the other thing I have going on.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm listening. You know that Death by Chocolate series I follow. So this is the Death by.
Okay, you cut out. I was afraid of it. You back? You're back.
I'm back. So it's Death by Chocolate Raspberry Scone.
Nice.
By Sarah Graves. It's just a silly, cozy mystery that I love the series. So I got the audiobook from Hoopla.
Nice. Love that.
The death of, James said. That's all you guys heard me say.
Your post, the death of. The death of your internet. And with that.
Yes.
Yeah, you should subscribe to Mary's YouTube channel, I think.
Sure.
Totally do that.
You can do that.
Info in the description. I also
Instagram.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram. Sometimes I do stuff there. It's been a bit. Also, apparently I'm having a baby, so our registries are still in the description if you guys feel really generous. Wipes are like $3. We need everything.
Get in
there. Check it out. So yeah, thanks everybody for joining us. We're glad to be back.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Hopefully we'll see you next time.
Yes.